My name's Emily Mckeehan, and I teach freshman English at Eastern High School. I teach comprehensive, ramp-up, and advanced English. As you guys read today, I'm going to come around and be asking some questions about independent reading. I'm also going to be returning through this, I believe, essays. Don't do anything with them yet. I'll tell you exactly what to do with those in a little bit. Okay? Ready? Happy Monday. All right, let's get started. Timer's on. Some questions about your independent reading. So we're kind of smushed in here a little bit differently. Best thing you ate over break or best activity?
Turkey.
Turkey. Fit some.
Turkey.
Turkey. Beck.
Learned how to drive a Model A 22.
Thank God.
For real?
What is that?
Where?
My research.
I drove
Can you invite us all on a field trip? And I'm going to show you how it was annotated on this pier paper. This is what you'll be doing. We're going to spend about 3 or 4 minutes going over this. And I'm going to turn you loose. Your highlighter, and we'll put binders and books away. So I want you to identify and label where you see exposition. Not have all of these, and that's okay. This is 600 words. This is 2 pages. If they don't have all of them, that's okay. If they're missing more than 2 or 3, though, is it really a narrative quite yet? Maybe not. Okay, so make sure we are doing state of mind and then all the other elements of narrative. I just had a really good question. I had a student ask, what if they talk about having confidence? Are they feeling confidence or are they discussing it? Okay, so that's going to be important. So I want to know, a lot of these when I read them the first time on the first draft, you were telling me a how-to piece. I don't want a how-to piece on this. I want your story of how you learned it. Okay? So how are they actually applying that state of mind in there? Not just discussing it, but applying it to their story. Okay? I'm looking for 8 places where this person has listed state of mind. When I say state of mind, I'm thinking thoughts, feelings, emotions. Okay, give your neighbor your paper. I'm going to be circulating around your shoulder to come and check with you. By the end of the 300. Goal is always 300 for each. Everybody pause. You are going to give the person the peer edit that goes with their essay. So the form like this that you keep will not be in your handwriting. It will be in your partner's handwriting. Okay? Make 1 stack for me. Flip to your closing one last time.
Here, Mckeehan.
Exasperated would be a better choice. Okay? Tomorrow, room 126 for math testing. Do not be late. I want you to improve your score by 2 points at least. Classroom culture is something we start from day one, especially with freshmen. It's really important for them to understand the exact expectations. When they come in, they know exactly where to go. They know the materials. They know the expectations for behavior with each other. It's something that I teach really explicitly. I teach it for the first month of school, and it's something that when we were teaching classroom culture, it's on a day-to-day basis. Whatever the students need that particular day, we address it. A lot of times if there is a behavior issue or if there's an issue with class culture, how we speak to each other, we stop the lesson and we pause academic instruction and we address that so we know the exact expectations for how we speak to each other and how we speak to other adults in the building. One thing that I really like about our classroom culture that we started this year, every Monday we do what we call a whip around, and we do a totally non-academic, non-school-based random question, and it lets the students get to know each other a little bit better. We ask things like, what's your favorite Snapchat filter, or what's your favorite candy, what's your favorite Halloween costume you had as a kid? So it lets them interact with each other and build relationships with each other. It's for students who are shy, it's not something that they feel that they're put on the spot. They can share 1 or 2 word answer and get to know a little bit more about each other. So that's classroom culture. To prepare for this lesson, we have been working on our narrative unit for about 6 weeks. So we started out, we did our vocab lessons and our word wall for the elements of narrative. So we made sure we were familiar with the elements of narrative. And we also wrote out all the writing process steps. So before we could get to the peer edit, we did full lessons on brainstorming. We did this, I believe, model essays. We did drafting and redrafting and revising, and this is our third revision process. One thing that we're focused on for this particular lesson in our narrative unit is freshmen are struggling with the difference in editing and revising. And so when we teach the difference in revising, students don't have enough stamina to, once they've produced a product, they don't want to go back and redo it. They want to turn it in and be done with it, is for us to say, let's put it away for a couple days, we'll come back to it, work on the revision process, and be willing to make the changes to make a more polished piece. Issues for today that I anticipated. It's the first day back after Thanksgiving break. My classroom is set up totally different than normal, and we're a class period after lunch. So we're normally a loud class period. We're normally a really fun class period. But coming back from break, there were a lot of issues with forgetting expectations, students being out of dress code, being excited to see each other. I think this class dealt particularly well. And again, I think the expectations that we set up with our classroom culture keeps them where they know exactly what to expect. They know exactly what I'm looking for in their behavior, and we know we have a fun and silly class, but there's a certain level of respect that we have with each other that we set up from day one, so they know exactly how far we can push that limit. Today, we did the writing workshop. So the peer edit for the writing workshop, the benefits of teaching this way are numerous. One, it gives me the flexibility to work with the students who need help on a particular step. So I'm able to set students up in strategically grouped pairs or teams. I can group students based on what their topics are. I can group students based on having opposite topics for this, I believe, essay. But teaching this way gives them the independence and it lets me step back from students raising their hands constantly doing stuff as all group, and it really, as writers, gives them the freedom, and especially in this I believe essay, the freedom to express what they really want to and to ask for help as needed, and for me to work with particular groups when they need it, and to step out of their way when they need for me to step out of their way.